We should use positive communication techniques with our students, such as showing interest when they are talking, telling them much more about what we like than what we want them to do differently. Your interactions with students should include 5 positives for every 1 negative. On the first day of school, I always tried to especially focus on students who I thought might have some behavioral challenges by seeking to fill their bank with good interactions before I had to provide correction. I did the same with their parents. I'd call or email or approach them in person on the first day of school and give their child some sort of commendation. That way, when I had to have a conversation over an issue, I had already had a positive first talk. Elena Aguilar calls all students' homes on the first day of school and has experienced such positive results that she now makes a weekly phone call to the parents of students whom she identifies as those who may be more likely to experience behavioral challenges. Here's an excerpt from an article she wrote. After the first few days of a new school year, as soon as I had identified the kids who might be challenging, I made it a goal to call their homes with positive news every week. I would share this goal with my students, greeting them at the door with something like, "I'm so excited to see you this morning, Oscar. I'm going to be watching you really closely today to find some good news to share with your mom this evening. I can't wait to call her and tell her what a good day you had." When I taught middle school, the strategy made the difference between an unmanageable group of kids and an easy group. You'd be surprised, perhaps, how desperately an 8th grade boy wants his mom, or dad, or grandma, or pastor to get a positive phone call home. On the first day of school, I'd give students a survey that included this item: "Who would you like me to call when I have good news to share about how you're doing in my class?" You're welcome to list up to 5 people, and please let them know I might call, even tonight or tomorrow. First, I'd call parents of the kids who I knew would be challenging. Those I suspected rarely got positive phone calls. When an adult answered the phone, I'd say, all in one long breath, "Hi, is this Mrs.? I'm calling from middle school with great news about your child. Can I share this news?" If I didn't immediately blurt out the part about great news, sometimes they'd hang up on me, or I'd hear a long, anxious silence. Some of the kids were difficult, extremely difficult. However, I was always able to find something sincerely positive about what they had done. As the days passed, I kept calling. I just wanted to share that today, when so-and-so came into my class, he said good morning to me and opened his notebook right away. I knew we'd have a good day. Sometimes I'd stop in the middle of class and in front of all the students, I'd call a parent. The kids loved that. They started begging for me to call their parent too. It was the first choice of reward for good behavior. Just call my mama and tell her I did good today. I was saddened when parents would say, "I don't think anyone has ever called me from school with anything positive about my child." I occasionally heard soft sobbing during those calls. I first used this phone call thing as a strategy for managing behavior and building partnerships, and it worked. However, after 10 years of teaching, I became a parent myself, and my feelings shifted into some other universe. As a parent, I can't think of anything I want a teacher to do more than to recognize what my boy is doing well, when he's trying, when he's learning, when his behavior is shifting, and share those observations with me. I know how many hours teachers work, and I also know that a phone call can take 3 minutes. If every teacher allocated 15 minutes a day to calling parents with good news, the impact could be tremendous. In the long list of priorities for teachers, communicating good news is usually not at the top. But try it, just for a week. Try calling the parents of a few kids. It doesn't have to be just the challenging ones. They all need and deserve these calls. See what happens. The ripple effects for the kid, the class, and the teacher might be transformational. Calling students' parents or guardians with good news encourages more good behavior and creates strong teacher-student bonds. Be very sure to tell students when they are doing well. Younger ones appreciate public commendation, while older students might prefer a private thank you. When we focus on what students are doing right, we set a tone that is so much better than the one that occurs when we focus on misbehavior.